Hello everyone, welcome back to the Saving Made Simple channel. My name is Bella and today I'm going to be doing the 30 questions for the, April's on a Budget actually tagged me in it a week or two ago, and I've been just struggling to figure out what I'm going to do with my hands, which is something she actually said. She needed to keep her hands busy, and you know, with it being a face-free channel, I need to find something to do to keep my hands busy too. So basically she tagged me in this 30 questions that's going around the budgeting community. And she said that she wanted to get the ball rolling again. And I felt honored because it means that, you know, I get to shed some lights onto some other channels that I like watching as well. So I've got to, first of all, thank April's on a Budget for tagging me in this, and her link will be in the description below specifically for her video that she tagged me in. So if you want to see her answer these questions, that's where you'll do it. Then the three channels I will be tagging are Canadian Finance Journey, and then one that I've been just kind of recently started watching, and I swear I've watched every one of her videos in the past week, is Leah's Life in Envelopes. And then where it all started for me was my friend Stella, when I was in a different channel. Like I have a second channel that's not related to this one, so I'm not gonna talk too much about it. But a friend that I've collabed with in the past, she started doing the cash envelope stuffing. And sorry, I'm out of breath because I just went and filled all the fish tanks because they were all too loud for me to concentrate. But anyway, so Stella's the one that started me on the cash envelopes, just watching her do it and thinking like, wow, this would make my life so much easier. So the reason I cash stuff or cash budget is because of Stella. So I'm gonna be tagging her. So Stella's World, I'm tagging her as well. So today, what I'm gonna be doing to keep my hands busy, I've got a couple of little housekeeping things to do. So I've got to go through and clean off some savings challenges. And after I'm done that, I need to fill everything up to where I'm at now. And then I have some stuff for my Etsy shop that I'm going to be working on as well, which I'll talk about if I get to those. So let's get started with that. So the first question is, how old are you? So as of, what day is it today? So it's July 19th. So 3 days ago, I turned, how old did I turn? I turned 31. So I'm 31. That's how old I am. And then next question, number 2, what would be on your perfect slice of pizza? First of all, it would be a Pizza Hut pizza, because their pizza is the best. And what would be on it would be stuffed crust, extra cheese, light on pineapple with some green pepper, because that is what I like. And what I'm using today is just what do you call this thing? Magic eraser. And this one here was one of the first ones I ever did, so it's done with tape, so I'm never getting all of this off. But I'm gonna do my best. I might just make a new one of these ones. Anyway, number 3, if you can only eat one thing for the rest of your life, what would it be? Question. If I eat this one thing, will my stomach be okay with it? Because there's a lot of things I actually just can't eat. Honestly, Caesar salad. Caesar salad is my favorite food. I like it without bacon because I don't eat a lot of meat. And yeah, I'm just gonna make a new one of these because this one doesn't clean very well. Okay, moving on. Yeah, so I would have Caesar salad for the rest of my life. Straight up. Okay, number 4. How many children do you have? I have 1. He is the apple of my eye, the light of my life, and the one that kind of drives me kind of crazy once in a while. But I love him, and he's my favorite person on earth. So, yeah, 1. Sorry. This is maybe not a good thing to do while I was filming this. Okay, next question. Number 5. Oh, also, he's 9. Number 5, what was the worst movie you've seen? Ooh, I have no idea. I don't like, everyone's different, right? I'll start with that because some people are going to love my answer, some people are going to hate my answer. I do not like the movies that, like, this is kind of, I'm not intentionally stealing April's answers, but it's my answer too. I don't like movies that, you know, there's a kind of humor I don't have. And like The Hangover, not my kind of movie. I don't like the movies that are like, what's the dumbest thing we can make right now that'll make somebody laugh? Oh, there was a movie. What one? Okay. A movie that I turned off was the one with, who's in it? It was Meryl Streep, Jennifer. Don't Look Up. Don't Look Up. That, yeah, I was so excited for that because I thought it was going to be like this serious movie. Like when I watched the trailer and stuff, it seemed like it was going to be this serious movie. I was so excited because I love Meryl Streep. I'm a huge fan of Jennifer Lawrence, Leonardo DiCaprio. All these like serious actors were in it, and I was so excited. And my mom and I turned it on, and I think we were like maybe 45 minutes in. I don't really know. It wasn't like very long into it. And we looked at each other and we're like, you cool if I turn this off? Like, it was just that kind of movie. Neither of us actually ended up wanting to watch it anymore. And we were both very happy when it got turned off. So that is what I would say would be my little, I don't know, a movie I didn't like. But yeah, I don't like that kind of humor. Like the drunk humor. I have no idea. I don't know. Anyway, okay, what's next? Number 6. How often do you listen to music? Daily. I listen to music daily. I listen to music on my way to work. I listen to music on my way home from work. I love music. It's something I'm tape, not doing it. Okay, yeah, I listen to music all the time. I love music. I love musicians. I write too, so no, that's not something I'll share, but I love music and I listen to music all the time. Okay. 7, what was the last time you cried? So on July 13th, so like last Saturday, I went to go to a psychic fair with my sister. And if you guys have listened before, my dad passed away when I was 18. And, you know, I went and saw a psychic medium and he came through and of course I cried. I need to go re-wet my sponge. I'll be right back. Anyways, where was I? So July 13th, I went and saw a psychic medium and she connected with my father. Sorry, I got the hiccups. Anyway, she connected with my father and yeah, of course I bawled my eyes out. And, you know, then I also had a tarot card reading from another one and she told me some stuff about me that, again, kind of made me bawl my eyes out just because, you know, it's one thing to know when you're having a hard time, but for when somebody literally pinpoints the things you're having difficulty with and then tells you, like, you need to fix this because you're ruining your own life. That was a hard pill to swallow, but it was like one of those things that like I couldn't even deny it. Like everything she said was completely spot on. And I've never had my tarot read before today, like before that day. So I wasn't really sure what to expect either. But she was able to completely pinpoint like my entire character. So between that tarot card reading, and she also connected me to my dog that died in October, which was a really weird experience, and that made me bawl too. Oh, what a mess. The 13th of July was a mess. I really don't cry that much, and that's something that, you know, she kind of told me, like, you need to stop bottling your emotions because what you do is you bottle them until you can't hold them in, and then you have like your issues like panic attacks and stuff, and that's very, very true. And I'm sorry if you guys are shaking. Oh my goodness, this is maybe not the best thing to do during this video. Anyway, yeah, so she kind of just pinpointed a lot about my character and, you know, kind of told me, you know, I used to focus a lot on my future. I used to do, like manifestation boards and stuff like that. And she said, like, when you did that stuff, were you not the happiest version of yourself? And I was like, yeah, because I liked to know what was going on. I liked to know what my life plan was. And she said, well, I challenge you to do it again. So in the near future, I'm going to be making a vision board for the rest of the year, because that's something I've always done. And now I'm going to do it again. Okay. Last time you cried. Number 8, are you a morning person or a night person? So I've been on day shift for 9 years, and I am still a night person. I do not like being up early. I would rather be up until 3 in the morning and get things I want done than be up early. I hate being up early. If I didn't have a child, I would never be up early. I can tell you that now. I would have stayed on afternoon shift. I've even still, like, even in my adult life or whatever, I've thought about going to night shift. But I just don't know how that would work. Like, I don't feel like I'd ever see my kid if I was sleeping all day all the time. So I don't know. That's a thing I thought about though. Number 9, are you a cook in or eat out type of girl? I prefer, here's the thing. Money wise, I prefer to cook in, but I'm not a very good cook. My mom's not here, so I can say this, but my mom kind of in a slight total way set me up for failure in that way, because she never taught me to cook until I was a grown ass woman and I had a child. And you know, that's one of my biggest issues right now, is like my cooking ability is so limited. Like, I can make certain dishes, like I can make my own pot of chili, no problem. It'll feed either 6 people, or it can feed 1 person 6 times. You know, like I make a really good pot of chili. My mom won't even like make it anymore. If she wants chili, she calls me, or she tells me, you know, go get the stuff for chili. That's what we're having tonight, and you're making it. So I make a good pot of chili, which my mom did teach me after I pretty much begged her to. Scalloped potatoes. I make a mean scalloped potato. You know, chicken fried rice or whatever. I can make some stuff now. Like my son says I make better scrambled eggs than she does. My son says I make better scalloped potatoes than she does. You know, there are some things that she taught me, but like my dad was the one that really taught me to cook anything. Like I used to make my older sister and her friends lunch every day. So, yeah, like I'm a dine out person just so that my son can actually eat something that's not like one of the 3 meals I can make in a day, or something out of a box. So I prefer home cooked meals, but dine out is easier because then we actually have a bit of a variety. Number 10, how many languages can you speak? So technically I can speak 4, 3. So English, I took French from grade 2 to grade 12, or I guess grade 2 to grade 11. So I took 9 years of French, which I was, even now, like I can still, if I hear it, I can generally be like, oh, that word is this. Okay, this is what you're saying. But I really messed it up because I took Spanish in grade 12. And once I took Spanish, I couldn't differentiate between French and Spanish anymore, because they're so similar, but just far enough away that it confused me. I don't know. So like there's some things in Spanish that mean different in French. There's some things in French that mean the same in Spanish. And like, yeah, I don't know. So fluently English, and then like, it just kind of depends on the day with the other languages. Get off. There we go. Okay, so that one's done. Okay. It's not a hard thing to clean these off. It's only hard because I'm trying really hard not to shake the camera. That's the only reason why it's hard, is I'm trying my best to not shake the heck out of you guys. All right. What's next? Number 11, foods you dislike. How much time do you guys have? There's a lot of foods I don't like. I've got a very sensitive, I don't know, palate when it comes to texture. So like, I'm not doing that. I don't eat a lot of meats. And it sucks because I only kind of can handle like processed meats. Like I can't do steak or anything like that because it just grosses me out. But like, you know, I can do hot dogs or whatever. I can do like a sausage or whatever, but like my thing is like kind of, if I ever get like a crunch when I'm eating, like McDonald's sausages are the worst for it because they taste so good, but if I get a crunch, that whole meal was basically just wasted. Let's just say that. It makes me gag and it makes the day really, really hard. So yeah, that's a thing. I am very, very bad with texture. If it squishes, I can't do it. If it crunches when it's not supposed to, I can't do it. It's awful. It's an awful way to be, but it is what it is. So I don't like, oh, okay, let's see. I won't eat like steak or anything like that. I'll eat ground beef sometimes. I don't generally eat hamburgers. I love like Beyond the Meat burgers, from A&W are my favorite burgers. I don't eat, oh, you know what? This is one that April said. She said Brussels sprouts. Yeah, no, I won't eat that. I like broccoli, but only if it's cooked. I'm very particular. It's one of the worst things about me. I'm very, very picky about the foods I'll eat. All right. Number 12, your favorite film. Once again, how much time you guys got? I have a favorite film for every decade, for every genre, for every, like, I love movies. Movies is like my thing. So let's see. Titanic is my favorite. I have a Titanic tattoo. I don't know if you guys can see it right there. You jump, I jump. My sister and I have a matching tattoo for that. I'm gonna open this so that I can take it out of the package. I don't remember who sent me this, but anyway, yeah, so Titanic is my favorite like love story. And then I was a big fan of Brad Renfro growing up, so there's a movie called The Client. I love that movie. It's got a bunch of people in it. Brad Renfro, Tommy Lee Jones, Susan Sarandon, a bunch of people. Then I also I was a big fan of Jonathan Taylor Thomas, so Man of the House is a really good one with him in it. Huge fan of Kevin Bacon, Meryl Streep, all those people. So there's a movie called River Wild, 1994. That one's amazing. I'm just kind of thinking of movies I didn't put on my movie list because a lot of my favorite movies are in my scratch and save movie lists. What else? Yeah, I don't know. I like a lot of movies. I love Twister. I'm really excited because tomorrow, which is, well, for you guys, tomorrow will be Saturday, the 20th. Tomorrow I'm taking my son to see the new Twisters movie, which I'm super excited about. I've been waiting. They announced that movie like a year and a half ago, and then they finally released the first, the first trailer during the football game that no one cares about, or that I guess some people care about, I don't know. They released the first trailer, and my sister and I went like crazy over it. We're like, we're gonna go see that, oh my gosh, I'm so excited, And now she's away for the weekend, so I'm gonna take my son instead, because, you know, you snooze, you lose. Yeah, so I'm really excited to go see that tomorrow. Yeah, so lots of favorite films. Okay, favorite TV show, same thing. I have a lot of different favorite TV shows. It depends on the year, it depends on the actors. So I love Home Improvement, even still. That one's, I mean, it hasn't aged very well because some of the humor isn't as good. Some of the, you know, there's a lot of criticism that can be had now. Oh, I think I need those, dang it. But anyway, yeah, so, yeah, I do need those. Home Improvement. I'm currently working on watching The Vampire Diaries for the second time through. One Tree Hill was fun. The OC is fun. I was a big fan of like Disney shows growing up, so like I loved like Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, Lizzie McGuire, stuff like that, like the coming of age stuff. I've watched all of Smallville. I really like that. Love the superhero stuff. I'm working on Flash as well. I'm a big sci-fi nerd, so I love like the 100, and I just love that kind of stuff. Oh, I also am a big fan of Harry Potter, which is part of the favorite film thing. Okay, next question. Number 14, where were you born? I was born in Owen Sound, Ontario in 1993. And I need these. Stop putting them away, Michelle. Yeah, so Owen Sound, Ontario. I was born in 1993 there. And yeah, that's it for that. 15, actor or actress crushes. So from like the age of like 8 to the age of... I don't know, when did he stop putting out good stuff? So Logan Lerma was my favorite actor and my actor crush from like the age of, I don't know, 8 or however old I was when I watched Butterfly Effect. I think the last movie I was like desperate to see him in was probably Three Musketeers. And after that, like I just kind of stopped being interested in the movies he was part of. So yeah, now I would say probably Josh Hutcherson is still a big one for me. I'm always checking to see if he's up to anything, you know, any new stuff coming out. He did just release Five Nights at Freddy, which is honestly not a movie I would have gone out of my way to see had he not been in it. So that is one, yeah. Let's see, who else? And I'm a big fan of Selena Gomez, but that's not a crush. I mean, she's like my woman crush. I'm straight, but she's my woman crush. 16. What annoying habits do you have? Oh, man. So I'm the youngest of 3, so I think everything I do is annoying, because I was told everything I do is annoying. But I have a lot of nervous habits, so a lot of things I don't notice. So for one thing, I like, especially if I'm watching something really intense, I chew the inside of my lips. And that drives my sister crazy. I, you know, pick under my nails, especially when I'm nervous. I crack my knuckles a lot. No, I guess I'm not that bad for that, but I notice that I do it when I notice when I do it, everyone looks at me, so I feel like it's probably an annoying habit. My most annoying habit is probably like how much money I spend on fish and stuff, because I love my fish tanks. Okay. Number 17, are you afraid of spiders? I didn't used to be, but then when I lived in Scarborough, so Toronto, GTA for a little while, and I was just, you know, doing my laundry, and a spider jumped out of the garbage can. Mind you, I was in a big city. I never had these kinds of spiders and stuff like that. Oh, I never had these kind of spiders and stuff like that growing up in Owen Sound. And so this spider jumps out of the garbage, and yeah, it scared the hell out of me. Absolutely. And I've been kind of afraid of them since, because it jumped onto me, went in my sleeve. I tore my clothes off in the middle of my dorm, and my roommates all came up, and I was like, there was this huge spider. It was like, it was easily like this big, but it was like a bony one. Like it looked like it could have lifted me off my feet if it got under me. So I was disgusted, to say the least. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. So these are $10 each. Was that right? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Okay. Yeah, anyway, after that, like I used to go in and kill them for my sister. I had no problem. And then since that's happened, no, I can't. I hate them. They freak me the F out. I mean, there's some, like, I saw one in my car the other day and it wasn't a big deal. It was a tiny one. But there's also been times where I've been driving down the highway and clear as day in the middle of the dark, you just see a spider climb up your windshield, and I've almost crashed my car. So yeah, I mean, I would definitely say I am more afraid than not. Okay, number 18, your earliest memory. So, the only thing coming to me is when I was 3. Actually, yeah, this one's a pretty vivid one. So when I was 3, I met my brother for the first time. I know I was 3 because he is 15 years older than me. I'm July, he's August, so he's technically 14 years and 11 months older than me. But when he was 18, he came and found my dad, and it was like his mom kind of just moved away from my dad all the time, and eventually my dad stopped looking because he found a wife and had kids, and so eventually he just stopped chasing. He figured eventually my brother would be old enough, and if he wanted to come find him, he would. And he did. So when I was 3, I was outside playing with my sister. It was like the sun was setting. My mom sent us outside. Somebody came to the door. My mom said, you guys should go outside and play for 20 minutes or whatever. So we went outside, and I was wearing my dad's sunglasses, and my sister and I were doing cartwheels, and I remember my glasses kept falling off my head. And I just picked them up, put them back on my face, and my mom came to the door and said, you guys need to come inside. So we came inside, and I remember sitting on the stairs, which was like, you walk in the door, you walk through a doorway. Stairs were on the right. I sat on the stairs, and there's just this guy sitting at the table, and my dad says, you guys need to meet this guy. This guy is your brother. I was like, and I remember thinking I've always wanted a brother, but how can he be my brother? I didn't understand the genetics of the whole thing. So I remember taking my glasses and pulling them down my nose and looking over them, or my dad's glasses, so they were huge on me. And I remember looking over the bridge of the glasses and looking at him. And I remember this feeling of like, this is going to be so cool. Because then he moved in with us. He I don't think it was like right away, but in the next couple weeks he moved in with us, and we used to climb that man like a jungle gym. We would do flips off his knees, and we would wrestle him. He'd play Monopoly with us, and so yeah, my youngest memory is meeting my brother, and I was 3 years old. Yeah. Okay, what's next? Number 19, favorite season. I like spring. Summer's too hot. I like summer because we get holidays in the summer, but I like spring because it's finally starting to warm up. Except for like spring in Canada doesn't start in April like it does for everyone else. It starts in like June. So my spring is from like June to July, and then my summer is July to August, and then the rest of it's all just winter. So I would say I guess I would say spring and summer. I don't know. I like winter, but only like the first snowfall. Otherwise, it's too cold, and I don't enjoy being cold. Number 20, short or long hair. I've always had at least medium hair. I've never, except for like as a child, had short hair. So I would say long. Yeah. 21, last drink you had. My son and I just went to McDonald's for breakfast, and I had an orange juice. 22, piece of advice for your younger self. My advice for myself would be, don't be so hard on yourself. Because, oh no, actually I changed my mind. Start saving sooner. So I was really good with money when I was a kid. I would walk around with like $110 in my wallet when I was 9, because I had a paper route. I guess I was 10, because I had a paper route from 10 to 12. So I was pretty good with saving money. And I almost never spent money. Yeah, I would hold on to it and hold on to it and hold on to it. But I never really knew anything about investing or anything like that. Like, I've always been I was one of those kids that, like, I had paper routes. I went door to door to ask people, like, can I rake your grass for $5 or whatever. Like, I always had money coming in from somewhere. I had like this work initiative or whatever that like a lot of my friends didn't have. So I would spend the winters as a child walking door to door asking if I could shovel snow for them. Like, that's how I would spend my snow days. As soon as we had a snowstorm, if it was like a weekend, I would go out first thing in the morning and start shoveling people's driveways. So I was always really keen on making money, but I didn't know anything about investing or anything like that. Like, it's one thing to look at your bank account and be like, ooh, I've got 4-digit number in there. But it's another thing to actually like have that money going through your fingers, counting it, it really is such a good feeling to be like, this is money I physically have in my possession. This is my money. I've earned this. I did this. So I would definitely say investing or saving money, because if I would have saved more faster, sooner, whatever, then I could have a house right now. There's a lot of things I could have done differently. I probably would have been able to finish college too, I was in university, so I probably would have been able to at least finish university, but I ran out of money. Okay, number 23. Last book you read. I don't physically read books anymore because they put me to sleep, but I listen to Audible a lot. My work has recently allowed me to start wearing headphones again. So I have been listening to the Harry Potter series. I'm a huge Harry Potter fan, but I've never read the books. So I am now on the... Which one? Order of the Phoenix. No, Half-Blood Prince. I'm on Half-Blood Prince. So I'm halfway through Half-Blood Prince. So I guess technically the last one I read was Order of the Phoenix. Anyway, yeah, Order of the Phoenix is the one that I finished last. So I'm currently working on Half-Blood Prince. But other books I've read recently was Beyond the Wand by Tom Felton. That book is amazing. I learned so much about him. He played Malfoy in Harry Potter. I also read Britney Spears' The Woman in Me book, and that was, again, amazing. I you know, and I really love being able to connect with like people I grew up watching or caring about. Learning about them and what they've gone through I really enjoy that experience, even if like what you learn isn't great. Like obviously they both have kind of dark pasts, but I loved learning about them. Okay, number 24, eye color. I'm one of those people who says my eyes change. It really depends on what I'm wearing and what kind of light I'm in. Like right now in the light I'm in, my eyes are probably a relative like greenish gray, but sometimes they're really blue. It just really depends on what I'm wearing, and if I'm wearing makeup, it depends on what kind of makeup I'm wearing, but they definitely change. I usually tell people I have a gray based hazel because they can go from blue to green with the change of a shirt. Yeah, so number 25, favorite musician. Once again, good golly. I really like Charlie Puth. I really like, who else do I really like? I have so many that I really like though. Marianas Trench is not a musician, it's a band. I have to say my cousin's band. So my cousin's in a band called Riverside Drive, so I listen to them a lot. I don't know. I like a lot. I'm not a big country person, so I really like the pop / indie. Oh, Paradise Fears is a really good band that I like. I'm going through my head of like people I've seen live recently because I don't know. I like a lot of musicians. It's really hard for me to sit down and be like, which one? Because I'm going to edit this and I'm going to be like, darn it, I forgot to say blank, and I forgot to say blank, and I should have said blank. Yeah, I mean, Charlie Puth is a big one. Because I really like whenever something new comes out by him, I listen to it like instantly. Yeah, okay, anyway. Too much time on that question, especially if I didn't really give much of an answer. Favorite thing to do on a Friday night? Ooh, perfect question, because it's a Friday today. So typically on a Friday night, I actually don't do much. I typically come home from work and, you know, my son and I'll spend some time together, then I'll make dinner, and then we both just kind of sit and watch our screens for a little bit, because it's kind of like you don't have to work tomorrow, you don't have school tomorrow. This is the time that if you were going to watch something like a movie or something, now's the time to do it. Tonight we're supposed to be going to a demolition derby. Like, we do like to do stuff like that when I can afford it and when it's kind of happening. So we're going to a demolition derby tonight, which is a Friday. But yeah, typically on a Friday night, it's like our chill night, because usually we do stuff on Saturday. 27, do you have a pet? I have many pets. I'm going to insert photos as I go. So first of all, my oldest cat is Sassy. She's a black cat with beautiful green eyes. She's a rescue. My mom actually found her the year we moved here. I guess it would have been 2013. So she's like 11-ish, 12-ish. And she was being torn apart by some tomcats, and she was so young she didn't even have teeth. So my mom and dog actually found her, and they brought her home. She tore me up a little bit, wouldn't let anyone near her for a while, hence Sassy is her name. Next in line, we have Mocus. whose eyes just lit up when I said his name. So he is my Russian Blue. He is my beautiful boy. He is 1 month older than my son, so he's 9 as well. Perfect health, apparently, except for the degenerative tooth thing he's got going on. Yeah, so then there is a Rebel next in line, who's a bit of a tough pill to swallow. He's very, very loving when he wants to be, but he's also the pain in the butt that needs extra medication when he goes to the vet because he's so vicious. It takes 3 people to cut his nails. One person has to feed him, one person has to hold him, one person has to cut the nails. Oh, Rebel's also a rescue. By the way, Rebel was found in a warehouse. He actually attacked my chocolate lab in the middle of the winter. Actually, I think it was like, I don't know, May. Oh, no, it would have been like February. I don't know. He actually ran out of this warehouse, walked up to my dog, scratched her in the face and walked away and like ran away. So obviously she kind of followed. My mom followed because my mom had the dog on the leash. They followed him into this warehouse where they could see that he'd been in and out of this because there was snow. He'd been in and out of this warehouse. God knows how long. I went in, set up a live trap, and caught him that day, brought him home, and now he's a house cat. And then we got Lily, and she's also a rescue. She was a shelter cat. I originally got her because I saw a picture of her on the animal shelter website. Actually, it popped up on Facebook. And when I saw her, I saw the face of a cat I had to put down in 2018, I think, who had mammary gland cancer, which is why you should get your cat spayed and neutered, because my vet straight up told me she would not have gotten this cancer if she had been spayed. But yeah, so I saw the face of this kitten and I was like, literally, that's Sadie. So I got her with the intention of naming her Phoenix, but when I actually picked her up, I was like, there's no way I can call this cat Phoenix. So I called her Lily. And so that's the story of my cats. And then I'll try to get a good photo, but I've also got some fish tanks set up. So I've got my 45 gallon. I've got my 20 gallon. I've got my son's 10 gallon. I've got 2 5 gallons that are holding some babies that are growing out to be sold. Okay, I know this is going to look very out of place because I was just thinking about it. I wasn't even editing and I just thought, like, I talked about the cats, I talked about the fish tanks. I didn't talk about Maya. So Maya is my American Eskimo. She is 8 years old and she's my dog. Yeah, I don't know why I forgot to mention her. I talked about the cats and then I talked about the fish tanks, but I didn't talk about the main one that takes up most of my attention and time. 28. What makes you laugh? A lot of stuff. I actually feel like I have a very, very good sense of humor. I laugh a lot. I love watching funny cat videos on YouTube. That's usually a good thing to get me going, but my son, he says some of the darndest things. He's the most likely to make me laugh of anyone. My sister and I, we laugh a lot together. Yeah, I don't know. I laugh at a lot of things. I laugh at things even when they're not funny. Actually, some would say that I'm my biggest fan of my own jokes. So, you know, just kind of depends. 29, your happiest memory. My happiest memory. Ooh, I have no idea. Probably something to do with my kid. Seeing my kid sing in the Christmas concert the year before COVID. So it would have been 2019, I think. Yeah, and he would have been in junior kindergarten. That was an amazing day. I would love to say childbirth, but like I remember how stressed I was. I remember how sick I was. I loved the day he was born, but it wasn't my happiest. Like his first steps were an amazing day. You know, going to Wonderland was an awesome time. I would say it was one of my favorite memories until I got sunburnt and I'm not happy about it anymore. I don't know. I have a lot of happy memories. I like that question. It's not like it's a good question because it doesn't make you think about the dreaded stuff. You get to actually like go through your happy times. Number 30, what is your favorite color? My favorite color is purple, black, or anything marble. marble isn't a color, but if it's marble, I'll like it better than any solid color, I can tell you that. But yeah, purple is technically my favorite color, but it really depends on the day. Depends on the color of the purple, or depends on the color of like the shade of the color. I love blue. I love purple. I love black. I wear a lot of black. Yeah. All right. Well, I didn't get a whole lot done. I was actually going to, I guess I just can't talk and math at the same time. But yeah, so I'm going to finish up these guys. I'm gonna have to see if I still have the PDFs for my month ahead for the ones that I'm gonna throw out. So I've got rent, car, and phone bill. Well, to be fair, phone bill doesn't really need to be redone because I still have that in, I still have this in my bank account. Same with, see, I wasn't focusing. I also still have my month ahead for car insurance in 1, 2, 3, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. 15, so that's $10 each because that's $150. I still have my $145 for these, and I have my phone bill still in there. So I'm going to color these back in because I, like I said, was not paying attention to what I was doing. But yeah, so I'm going to go through and finish these up, get it all set up for my next round of savings. My mom's been gone for a couple days. I think she just got home. So I'm going to end this video while I can before she makes all of the noise. And yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please make sure you leave some thumbs ups and comments down below, and subscribe if you haven't already. And once again, I am tagging Canadian Finance Journey, Leah's Life in Envelopes, and Stella Rose. So please, you know, when you see this, have fun with it. Yeah. So anyways, I'm gonna let you guys go. Thanks so much, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.